The other night I was giving my middle son a ride home from his friend's house. Nice, warm summer night. And I thought, oh, I'll roll down the windows like the old days and let the evening breeze come in the car and play his music. Let him play his music loud. I thought, this is nice. It's near sunset. It's the heat of the day is gone, but the air is fresh. And I remembered, God, when I was a little kid, that's what we would do. My parents, on a nice summer evening, get out of the house, go for a car ride. I remember we did it quite frequently. Just around the town, sometimes out into the countryside, but around the nice neighborhoods. I thought, man, I gotta start doing this more often. So last night I got off work and I went to my oldest son's room where he's been cooped up because of a broken leg. He broke his leg right at the beginning of summer and spring football practice. And it's been a real bummer. It's kind of sidelined our summer. And I was feeling really sorry for him because he's just cooped up in his room all day. Mom and dad work and he can't do anything. He's in a brace. So, took him out for a nice drive. We went out to the Columbia River Gorge. And it was beautiful. I let him listen to all of his music and play it loud. And we had good conversations. It was really good bonding. The neat part about that ride was before we left, my wife was lamenting that she had missed blueberry season. She always likes to go to a local farm and pick blueberries, and with all the events, broken leg, everything, busy at work, we just flat out missed it. So here we were on a country road, my son and I listening to his hip hop music loudly, and saw a sign, farm stand ahead, fresh blueberries. It was serendipity. I pulled in and bought a flat of blueberries. My wife made a blueberry tart, which really doesn't help with the weight loss journey, but it was so good. I'll post a picture of it up here in the video. But back to the car ride. My son is 15, almost 16. He'll be 16 this fall. Sophomore year of high school coming up. And he's in that teenager rebellious stage. And it's tough. We're a very close family and we all love each other. We've always been close. But with this stage of rebellion comes testing and arguing. And we have fights and we yell. But it's all part of growing up and being adolescent. And it's hard. It's really hard. But then again, we have these shining moments where we can share a car ride together and bond and not argue and have commonality. And both of us remember again that we are father and son, and we do love each other very much. I think it's hard these days. There's been a societal shift. When I was a kid, I was always on my bicycle. I'd leave the house in the morning during summertime. I'd come back for lunch, disappear, and I'd be home by sunset. And we're all on our bikes as friends, roaming around, doing everything and anything, and it was just pure adventure and fun. And we weren't really getting into trouble. In fact, back then, violent crime rates were historically higher than they are now. I don't know what it is, if it's technology or fear, but nowadays, kids aren't doing that. My kids aren't doing that. They're in their rooms, on their phones, playing their video games. And they do socialize through that, They socialize by playing online games with their friends, but that's not the same. And somebody watching this who's not a parent might say, well, why don't you make your kids go play outside? But it's not that simple, because none of the other kids play outside. There's nobody for them to play with or hang out with. There are one or two kids you see that do roam around the streets. But those aren't the kids I want my kids hanging out with. Those are usually some pretty troubled kids. It's not the same anymore. It's sad. It's also tough too. My wife was telling me last night, she said, it's a bummer. The summer's kind of ruined because of his broken leg. We canceled camping trips, haven't done as much. And she says to me, we have so few summers left with all three of them home. And it kind of hit me. I said, yeah, you're right. But that's just a part of life, I guess, growing up. As I said, my 15-year-old is rebellious. He's not the sweet little boy I remember. I still love him. It's different. My 13-year-old is kind of borderline rebellious, but still falls in line. And he's still very obedient. He's a good boy. And then I have a 10-year-old who is just at the edge of that little kid phase. And I'm just savoring every moment, because after that, it's gone. He still wants hugs from me. Daddy, I missed you today. Daddy, you're the best. Come on, come snuggle. Boy, those days are rapidly winding down. It's kind of sad, but I don't have experience of the next stage. The next stage could be even better. And eventually there's grandkids. I'm sure that's awesome too. So I guess while we can look back and lament that some of those old days and good times are gone, we have to still focus and remember that the future is still to come, and it could be even better. At least that's what I hope.